In this video guys, I made 5 different Nigerian soups and 2 sauces. I know it seems a lot, but school has resumed and the kids really need something to take along to school. Instead of always preparing fresh meals every day, it's best I bulk cook and every morning have something I can fall back to. This makes the work so easier, and trust me, it has been a lifesaver for me. This has been my practice for a very long time. I am not someone that would just enter the kitchen every single day to make fresh dishes. I'm sorry, no, I don't do that. I would rather bulk cook and put in the freezer so when we need it, we can easily bring it out, warm up and eat. I would prefer facing the stress once in a while than facing it every single day. I have other things to do with my time. That is why I bulk cook. The soups you see me prepare are known as ofe oha and ofe onugbu. These are soups very popular to the Igbo people, especially Anambra people. Anambra is a state in the eastern part of Nigeria, and these soups, especially the onugbu soup, is what they are popularly known for. The difference between the both soups is just the leaves, yes. And that's where the mistake I made came in. I made a an avoidable mistake though that would have saved me for some stress. I would have made the sauces, the soups together, then divide later and add the leaves separately because it's just the same method. The cocoyam you see me put, the palm extract, the fish, every single ingredient apart from the leaves are just the same thing. Now you see why I said I would have saved myself some time, but that's okay. It's still for good. What you see me add here is called ogiri, and yeah, locust bean. I think it's called locust bean in English language, and this is a fermented locust bean. It gives this local, native and tasty taste to this soup, and this, I'll tell you, is the difference. The taste of this in every Nigerian soup is the difference, guys. Here comes in the star of the show, and that's me putting the oha leaf, which is being plucked by the hand. You don't slice this. If you slice this with knife, your ancestors will come for you because you'll be disgracing them at this point. So you pluck them, you pick them with your hands, tear them apart, wash and add. Then the onubu, that's the bitter leaf. You can see on the other side of the pot, I boiled thoroughly because it do have this bitter taste that you need to boil properly to extract the bitter taste, and then your soup, add to your soup rather, and your soup is giving that pain it should give. At this point, I just wished I invited you guys to have a taste because this soup represented the Igbo clan very well. It's actually what it said it is. Over to the next soup guys, and this time we are making egusi and ogbono soup, which is generally known in English language as draw soup and melon soup. For this first step, please don't be like me. You can save yourself the stress of cooking them differently, that's cooking the stock differently, because they both share the same ingredients for the same stock. But after the water level, you can, depending on how you are making it, the process of making it, because these soups have different styles of making it. But with the process I used, I would have saved myself the stress of boiling them differently, but then I did and it still turned out well. Right here I wished I had a food processor, which I'm praying to have one soon, because this process of grating okra with a manual grater is not for the weak. After that, I proceeded to adding ingredients to the soups, and you can see they bear the same ingredients. Egusi, sorry, not egusi this time around. Stock cube, crayfish, pepper, just the regular stuff you use to make your soup. These things I just mentioned now. After sharing the same subjects together, it was time for them to go to their different classes. So Egusi went to its class and Owono draw soup went to its class, and you can see that by the way I have started putting different ingredients to it. I added Egusi to the other one, to the first pot, and then Obono to the other one. These the Egusi and Obono I just mentioned are the key ingredients for the soups I'm making. I went ahead to add the grated and chopped okra to the draw soup, the omono soup. Okra draws, if you're watching this from another part of the world and you don't know what okra is, this is a vegetable that still has a slimy texture when cooked or when you come in contact with the juice. The soups were 95% done, and then I went ahead to add the vegetables for the soup, which was the last process to it, and that would conclude the whole cooking process. I did same with the draw soup. I let the vegetables steam instead of cook on the fire. When I was done with this set of soups, I went over to grill my tomatoes in the oven, then headed over to continue with the next cooking, which is our vegetable soup. I would have made two soups here actually. The main plan was to make afang and icon soup. Unfortunately, my water leaf for the afang soup got spoiled, and I had to put the okazi, which is also an ingredient, a major ingredient in making afang soup. I had to put it in the freezer till further notice whenever I have time for it. I proceeded to making edika icon soup with its major ingredients, which are water leaf here, yeah, and ogo leaf. Yeah, so this is me putting the water leaf, and you must have seen me putting the other ingredients now, palm oil, and it's just a very simple soup. This is one of the simplest soups you can make, very easy to make and saves time a lot. The only the only stress in it is the preparation. I think preparing the vegetables, that's the only stress in it. Every other thing here are very easy, very very easy. This soup is a must cook in your home. If you are thinking of making any soup, my advice is you go for afang soup. Okay, sorry, edikaikom. The name keeps getting me confused, but because they are majorly almost the same ingredients. But one thing I love about this soup is one, it's very easy to make. Apart from the preparation, cooking it is very easy too. It's very nutritious. Yeah. Secondly, it is very nutritious. It's loaded with nutrients, with healthy nutrients, vegetables, onions, just anything. And it's so, I said earlier, it's so delicious. Just give this a try. Keep watching it. The more you watch, just keep watching the video and you would learn, because everything is detailed. I'm not hiding any ingredients. I'm showing you exactly what I'm adding to it. So this is just a good step to learning how to make that afang soup and every other soups, the other soups you've seen me made. This is the best step of learning it all, don't you think so? At this point, guys, have you subscribed to this channel? After seeing all these I'm loading and teaching you guys, is it not worth it to subscribe, please? The next in line was fainting. Like, I think at this point I'm permitted to faint, but no, I didn't give up. I continued. It's time to start making the sauces. So here I'm preparing fresh tomato with pumpkin sauce. I don't know the exact name you can give this, but this is it. I love this so much. This is one of my favorite sauces to make. Very nutritious. You know me, I'll go for the nutritions. I'll choose nutrition over anything. So this is a fresh tomato and ogo sauce, basically with ice fish. Let's just call it stew. Some would call it stew, but this is not a stew. This is sauce. And I made this in bulk, like in large batches. Yeah, because it's already resumption time and the kids really need things for lunch. So this was part of what I made and stored in the freezer so as they can take it to school, yeah, just for lunch. At this point, the fainting I talked about was approaching gradually, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to source for help. I called the sister God gave me, and she ran to my rescue. She came and helped me prepare most of the things, almost everything I used in making the some of the soups you saw and the sauce. Yeah, I she prepared everything for me, and cooking was easy. Although we finished by almost 2 a.m. the next day. See, this cooking is a story for another day because most times you see events that happened for that took a whole 5 days to be exhausted just for us to trim it down to 1 minute, and you think it was just easy peasy. No, guys, the things we content creators do just to give you guys content, it's not easy. That's why you should just subscribe and support us, because this content thing, easy rara. While this vegetable sauce was almost done, I proceeded to making fresh tomato stew. Did I say fresh tomato stew? Sorry, I mean stew. Our regular Nigerian tomato stew. That's what you see me prepare over there. By now you can tell I love cooking. Yes. I don't know if I can add this to my hobby, but I know I love cooking. I love cooking nice stuff. I just love being in the kitchen, being creative, mixing things together, having ideas of or creating ideas around meals. I just love it. I love cooking and making tasty meals. But what I don't like doing is preparing the ingredients for making the meals. You see, in that part, if that's the only option, you just better carry both the cooking and everything, because I hate that part with passion. If someone else can help me with it, I'll be so grateful. But prepare everything for me and let me just cook. Let me do my thing, my magic. See, I don't mind cooking for this because I'm a good cook, guys. My meals are so tasty. They are so tasty. Yeah, I'll pride in myself. I'll pride in myself, not just encouraging myself. I'm proud of it. The last but not the least is our vegetable sauce. Yes, I know you'll be wondering how many times I'll mention vegetable here. It's nutrition or nothing. It is premium nutrition or nothing. If you can see, everything we made here are healthy and tasty meals. So vegetables must be involved. So right here is a twist of the vegetable sauce. I call it a twist because I have loaded vegetables here, but with sauces. I have both my soy sauce, oyster sauce, light and dark soy sauce. I've mentioned them, chili sauce, and barbecue, right? Yeah, I just had random sauces I included here. I had my sweet corn. This is loaded with chicken and chicken broth, even cabbage. Just name it. This is one of the healthiest sauces you can see. Guys, please, are you plucking my flowers already? Pluck my flowers and give me, because I deserve them. I deserve, yeah. Since I didn't faint, I decided to use the remaining strength in me to fry plantains for the dinner we'll be having that day. I had a peep at my tomatoes which were roasting and proceeded to making fruit juices, guys, natural fruit juices. But this was not the same day, it was not even the next day. I think this was days later, where I had to process all these vegetables you're seeing here. I made juices out of them, and I was asking myself, who sent me. This is okay, but I think at this point you need help. My sister at this point has left, she has gone home, and I was left with doing this alone. And I did this into the next day. And the day I made these juices, trust me, I slept by 5 or almost 6 a.m. And well, it was worth it. That there was the sacrifice which I enjoyed making. I made watermelon, orange, cucumber, pineapple, grape, carrots, and lemon juices. Thank you for staying with me up to this point. Please don't forget to subscribe. I love you.